Gives S-Tag a little bit more over the top, just setting up a little bit of a firing range up above. Maybe not being expected. Bomb going to be planted. S-Tag, I don't think they're going to expect him here. He needs to actually get... cadiaN and Barup, decision to make it through the wall. Crims gets his revenge, and now cadiaN has no choice but to save. FNATIC have got another round, and it's another one where you feel like it was kind of unnecessary. Like Snappy, such an aggressive position. Oh, that's the AWP gone. That is the AWP gone, and FNATIC, they take their 15th. The CT side will have some money at least, but yeah, earlier in the day I mentioned that I thought their CT side looked the better of the two. This one has been a bit more questionable. Like, it seems like FNATIC haven't had to do anything too impressive to get into the sites and get the bomb down over the last few rounds, and Heroic now seem to be firmly on the back foot.
I'd say part of it was in favor of Crims getting the kill, though. I think that was on a snap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I mean, they had them at advantage, and then the great equalizer comes in the form of Crims. Able to just take that site and prevent that double stack up that we saw from really accomplishing anything. But let's see. FNATIC now have a chance to close out this map and take us on onto Overpass, and well, Heroic a little bit of a climb ahead of them. Luckily, they're only at they are at 13, which means all they need to win is 2. Unfortunately, FNATIC, even if they lose this round, it's not like they're going to be hurting in money anyways, so you have 2 very difficult rounds here for Heroic. FNATIC just picking up the pace. Look at this, just rushing straight towards this A site. Brolin kind of leading the charge. Flashing's being thrown through, but no one really peeking on either side of this. Hoping the other team makes the mistake first.
cadiaN isn't going to hit that initial double nade, goes in and does so much damage. Actually going to be rotating away. I guess just checking that nobody's going to be in middle, but this leaves so much pressure on Barup. He does have a smoke to slow them down. Hasn't spotted anything out yet. Smoke goes over. The counter has to come in. He's going to be able to just hide in the corner. Shouldn't spread far enough to actually get in. Snappy, S-Tag trade. Back they go. I think Snappy's going to have heard all the footsteps. That'll be a lot of information, but he's a little bit worried that this might just be some bait there. Making a lot of noise. S-Tag going to rotate in, and Barup has found the kill nonetheless. Golden making his way forward. May not expect anybody to be here. S-Tag, this is risky, and he doesn't get the kill. Golden's found 2, looking for his 3rd at that. And this round has just fallen completely on its head. There were 2 players ready and waiting for a man with only 30 HP. A nice shot from cadiaN will get rid of, actually, Crims. And now Golden, who's fallen back, looks to try and close this out. He needs a 4K to do it. He started this off fantastically well, 26 kills to his name. Now looks to try and bait that timer down a little bit. cadiaN going to be waiting, but he finds the kill again. And now Barup, I don't know if he even has the time for this. There's no kit available to him. I think Golden might just have it. What a round from him. 4 kills to close out this map, 28 overall. Truly leading by example. And that is going to be taking us to Overpass. FNATIC cannot be conquered just yet. We're going to 3.
What a game for them to come back to, considering the results on this map. I mean, they saw that Heroic, they can bleed. Saw that they are definitely able to be killed off, and they're able to do it. Luckily, off some great individual play, too. I mean, you talk about Crims doing some great things. We had a couple of shining light moments out of S-Tag. What's up?
My eyes are bleeding.
Oh, well, the viewers at home don't know that those lights are off while we're in game. But now they do.
They do now.
A little bit of behind the
There's something happening here.
they did show that they themselves maybe were a little bit outdated, or maybe didn't choose to go with the normal way of defending things.
Yeah, I think they just sat more passive and forced executions, and that's the thing. Like, the A side takes from Heroic were actually very good. It was the B side where they really struggled, even versus pistols. And then there were just like some of these clutch plays where I genuinely don't understand what happened to Heroic. Like, I don't understand the round at like 13-13 where they just completely abandoned B. I don't understand the round at the end where that 4v2, they managed to lose it by 2 players trying to duck down behind a box and just both getting headshotted by Golden. Like, that's a massive mistake. Like, of course, you have to give props over to FNATIC for capitalizing on those plays, but it still seemed like this was Heroic's map to lose, and they did lose it. And now they're going to overpass. I'm sure that's got to be a demoralizing defeat after being in the lead, and they're moving forward now. FNATIC, I feel like they're going to be a lot more comfortable going into overpass. They definitely have the players that like to play it. It's been a good map for them in the past, and in reality...
Thinking back, yeah, to a good old DreamHack for that one.
But yeah, I mean, well, anyway, in reality, Heroic are going to have to, like, over the next 15 minutes or so, just have a sit down and think about what went wrong. How did that slip away from them, and what can they do to get ready for the next map?
Well, considering if you lose the next map, you're out.
Yeah.
It's not like it gets any easier for here, you know, going forward either. I'm actually going to, like, kind of pull up the brackets really quickly to see who they would be up against, or whoever does win, who they'd be up against. And I feel like I'm blind. There we go. They play up against MIBR. No, now you don't wear watch.
I know, that makes it even better.
I'm sorry, Tom. You know what? I had to fly 16 hours today. I get 2 best of 3s. I go the full 3.
Yeah.
You guys only did 1 more map than me, even though you started way earlier. But anyways, at least we got some good CS here, and we had to find out, you know, which team can really pull it out when they need to on overpass. So we'll head to short break. We'll let the teams take some time to think some things over and talk over overpass, as we're going to be coming to a quick pause here until we get to the final map. Just go to break.
Just cut to the break.
Go. Just go.
Love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
At the highest level of play, there can be no compromises. Gamers demand the highest clock speeds to give them the FPS they need to perform. Rise to the moment. Intel Core i7, the official CPU of the ESL Pro League. Game, record, stream without compromise.
I've been there since the beginning. Every map, every frag, every moment. I run, but I never hide. With knowledge comes power, and power is to be wielded wisely. Which is why, as the expert, I bet with Betway. If you know CSGO, then you'll know the best way to bet on esports is with Betway, for the love of the game.
This is Game Fuel. It's domination in a can. Tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
brought a new wave of refugees.
Our streets are safe no more.
There's been another killing.
We're charged with finding the man responsible for these attacks.
What do you want from me? Someone is in the house. What does he want?
To purge.
You got the devil inside you. You haven't been yourself.
I know.
Yeah. Ay, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard, yeah. I'm killing your favorite rapper, it's minimum effort. Yeah, your corpse getting severed. The industry dry, it's a desert. Do whatever it is that you think that you're doing, I'm doing it better. Straight W's, that's my letter. Don't got no snakes, only ladders, ayy. They tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping this basics, skipping this classes. Stay out of trouble, now I can relate. Nevertheless, again, I'm doing great. I just finished this thing, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we counting them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I see my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon, I'ma run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this. Don't like surprises. I cause a crisis. Man, I'm a scientist. With the music, I spice things up to my liking. Man, I want nice things, nice things. That's not an AK, it's a Uzi. I pull up and shoot it to movie. I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie. Cut ties with the fake, now it's Gucci. Word of my niggas from the 021. You count 6 shots and I count 2 guns. Some people still think I rap just for fun, but soon they look up to me just like the sun. Yeah, you can come over here. Swear it's like no career. Swear you got no idea. Soon you have no career. Take a good look in the mirror. They need to know that I'm here. Don't you act like it ain't clear. Yeah, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy, what about too hard, ayy, what about too hard, ayy, about too hard.
We are tied at 1-1 here with FNATIC bouncing back on Vertigo. I think many, including myself, were quite surprised after witnessing the first map, Inferno going the way of Heroic. It's a map that they like to play, one of their most played maps, but just going into Vertigo, it was one that we hadn't really seen too much from FNATIC on, and then basically coming into this, I think they showed that, okay, they've got a lot of resilience. They were able to win a lot of clutch rounds and get entry frags, and although it may not have been the most complicated or sophisticated game of Vertigo I've ever seen, I was a bit disappointed that Heroic didn't play as well as they did. And you're about to say something completely irrelevant, aren't you?
That maybe it should be called Vertinogo for Heroic for the future. Also, I just learned your first name's Thomas.
Well, yes, that's...
Why don't it just be Tom? I always called you Tom. I mean, I called you other words.
It's almost like you can shorten the name Thomas into the name Tom.
See, then I just wish your name was Richard.
But it's not.
I know. That's a sad part. What's Jason short for? Or what would you shorten Jason to?
Jazz.
Oh, production thought it was funny.
Or maybe your dad probably shortened it when he called you son.
He never called me son.
He was just like, get out of my house.
No, it was more curse words.
Big nose? I know that's not a curse word, but obviously I can't say those.
No, my dad used to beat me, so thanks for bringing up those horrible memories.
What, video games?
No, with his fists.
Well, to be honest, don't really blame him.
Jesus.
I know it's not true.
Yeah, but you can't. Right now,
if it was, you wouldn't have brought it up on stream unless you really were seeking attention.
You know,
there are people.
The watch is coming off. The bracelet's coming off.
Is that what he did too?
I am running out of energy today as flying 16 hours and having two
we get it. You flew a long time. You know what?
You know? And then not even everyone's in the server right now for Heroic, so it's like they really want the series to go on. They really want to push how long I can stay awake.
Who's missing?
Who's missing? I'm not even gonna look. I think I'm gonna literally be able to see.
Come on, you can work it out. You can get there. Come on, Jason.
Snappy. No,
he's there. For anybody wondering, it is
to be fair, his name, well, he was dead at the time, okay? To be fair.
It's Barup.
What did you have for lunch? Was it like red?
What?
Did you have something like reddish?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. If you said yes, I was going to totally mess with you, but it wouldn't have worked unless you agreed. Anyways.
This guy's very weird.
I'm really tired.
You didn't know he had a 16-hour flight.
Yeah, 16 hour. I came in from Malaysia. You know, Australis and seemed like a complain about flying from Dallas. You know, that's like a short trip, and then I had to play one game.
They have to do their job well.
So do I. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Duh. So yeah. But also, they wouldn't be as jet lagged as I would because they came west to east. I came east to west. So right now it's 7 hours ahead.
Get it? Your life's hard.
Which is like really early in the morning.
I would say that it's currently worse for me because I have to deal.
No, I have to deal with your really bad jokes, which when I'm not tired is not funny, and then when I am tired, just makes me want to punch you in the boob. But I can't do that on there.
That's not that bad. I thought it was going to be worse.
Twist your nipple off?
That's not punching then, is it? That's you.
Sorry, I forgot that turns you on.
You do a weird punch, like your fighting style. It's like a new martial art that you're coming up with. It's called Punch and Twist. That sounds like the name of a dance band.
I was literally going to say it sounds like the name of a dance. Do the punch and twist. Wait, what's that? Jump and shout? You know, punch and twist.
But there's also a dance group called Twist and Pulse.
I'm sure you know that. Probably one of the groups playing in a club in Kiev that.
No, they did quite well on Britain's Got Talent, which
that show is just the worst name ever because Britain just does not have talent. Look at esports; they got one guy in fighting games, and they have kind of one player in CS.
They have quite a lot of actual talent, though, as in, like, commentators and stuff.
Yeah, but no one cares about commentators. People only care about the games. Don't you read Reddit? And we all know Reddit is gospel. So if you're wondering why we're sitting here filling, because Borup's still not in the game, and we came back. So it'd be nice if we'd had to break just to relax a little bit more. You can see our matchup one more time. We do have, EG beat 100 Thieves 2-0. So that means 100 Thieves plays FaZe Clan. MIBR plays against the winner of this. We also have, I think, the Astralis G2 game doesn't start till tomorrow. Mousesports Liquid doesn't start till tomorrow. You have Renegades up against Sharks. You have HK up against North. Still a lot of matches to be played before we make our way through into the playoffs. And also the show match. Did you hear what the show match was going to be yet?
No.
Do you want to know what the show match is going to be?
Sure, go for it.
I don't know what the show match is going to be.
Oh,
I don't get told anything.
That's disappointing. I thought maybe you'd be playing.
No, I'm undefeated in my show matches, so I refuse to play. How
hard did you get carried?
I did not, actually. If you go back and watch the VOD with me, Summoner Moses versus Anders, Atu, and Devilwalk. Nope. I definitely had a 1v3 and called them out for losing to a washed-up LCS caster. It's funny.
I don't really know how that happened, actually, because especially back in the day, they would have actually been... Like,
yeah, but I was also good
playing a lot more.
I was good back in the day as well.
I don't believe you.
You realize I played like 1.6 for like 5-6 years.
I mean, you were good.
Played CS Source, so then my skill went down. And then I played CSGO, and it got a little bit better.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Just because I'm 31 doesn't mean I'm bad at video games, all right?
Doesn't mean you're old, though.
How old are you again?
25.
Exactly. I'm ridiculously old. I have more gray hair on my head than you have hair on your head.
Yeah, that is true. But I don't think that has much to do with age.
Hey, you know what, Tom? We can go to break because we're still waiting, unfortunately, for the last player poke to get in. I'm going to go take a quick nap, and when we come back, we'll be kicking off our third map here on Overpass, so don't go anywhere.
Oh, God. As if that, this wasn't hard enough for G2. That nade has just whittled 3 players to 50. What?
I missed 3 shots. You still died. Like that.
And you still couldn't kill me?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Didn't miss this time, though. Still on a scout. He's going to try and capitalize on it. His old TSM and Misfits buddy waiting just a little bit further back. Dear Lord, Stewie! Oh, what? No, that's not allowed.
This is the last round of the first half of our 4th overtime.
You nailed it.
Of our first map.
You really just nailed it. See if Envy can try to fight their way back into this round. They are well behind, though, and that headshot from PRT is crippling. They have such great positioning. Still have a player in heaven as well. They add the cherry on top. The Kyle's going to catch Nifty. Oh, what is that? And they kill the guy in heaven, and Nifty gets PRT. Are they really going to bring this back? It was a 2 versus 5.
Well,
what just happened?
It was a 2v5, now it's a 2v2. Tiburcio trying to push up to stop the bomb from being planted, but Ryan will be successful in getting that one down. Double ops.
Oh, he's
trying to go for a retake, but yeah, they might have seen him, but Ryan is just going to survive here. And Tiburcio doesn't want to give away the spot just yet. Spots him out, gets the kill. That's all on Nifty in a 1-on-2. And Nifty gets the kill. Can he get the 4th to save the round here for Envy? And he's going to get it. Envy, a 2-on-5, pull it off and come out of the half with a lead.
Yeah, can they out G2? Na'Vi. They molly next her out, and he's got to run through a lot of Molotovs there to safety. He just perishes in the flames. At least Kenny is here to save the day. Boomich! Oh, he's come alive. He's just going through this smoke and picking fights. Jax is gone as well, and Boomich now just one man left to find. It's Amanek over from that B site. Boomich has got to ace this to get map and series point for Na'Vi. Bomb's not planted for sure. He'll start to reposition over towards Gandalf. Amanek gonna go for the jump peek. And Boomich sees him. There's the ace. And boom, bitch, it's Boomich on the board. 15 15 rounds for Na'Vi.
This is best case scenario though. Look at the setup, right? NIP, 2 players on A right now. Now it may be the AWP on Twist, which has been a focal point, but G2 are wrapping long. That could make matters worse here. Twist going to reaggress, and he nails Kenny down to 20. Twist up on the site. He's hit the shot. Can he follow up? Can he find another that's chasing him down? And Nexus not going to get the kill. How is Twist still alive and kicking down the door? Oh, he's hit the wall bang. I completely missed it. He's got one more coming, and Kenny S, who's already been tagged, is going to bail out of this round. What an unbelievable performance from Twist.
And welcome back. Everything has been fixed.
It was Borup. Nailed it.
Okay. A little bit late. But, yeah, we are going to be going into what is T-side start for FNATIC. It is going to be that third and final map. The winner is going to survive in the Pro League finals, and, well, the other is going to be going home. And luckily for either of these teams, it is quite a short trip back. Just a train. It's not too bad.
Not like a 16-hour flight or anything.
Dear Lord. It's not all about you, Jason, unfortunately. Here we go. Straight in already. Brolin going to be getting that opening pick. The nice pop flash from Flusher, and it leaves Stown. A couple of other teammates still waiting on the B side. Rotation already coming in from S-Tag as well. And a bit of a awkward timing for Baruch, because they do start taking quite a bit of damage into the site. Somehow, though, they're still surviving. Stown has not been removed from his position just yet, and now he's trying to clutch it out all on his own. Two players looking to circle him in. A well-timed peek from JW is going to be there. It's FNATIC to get the Swedes onto the board, and an important start in the pistol round.
Yeah, well done, too, considering, like, Stown's in a decent position. I guess, I wonder if Borup didn't get caught with the smoke out, would that affected how the round actually would have went? Because he got knocked down to very low HP. He did still pick up one kill, though, before he'd die. But I wonder if the smoke was misplaced because of, like, the chaos that ensued from, you know, someone walking around a corner with a smoke in your hand. But either way, they do have 3 nades, probably going to be... Actually, I thought they were going to throw them in towards Fountain, but I guess they're going to be throwing them over towards Connector. One just get popped down. Stown going to be going for the re-peek in towards middle, looking for the shot. They have the double scout set up. Actually, both scouts going to be over towards the A site, so... I want to say a little bit risky, but hey, if you hit the same player, that's a free kill. They can definitely have the chance to tag them up before they transition in towards A.
I expect a fairly slow and steady round out from FNATIC, not wanting to risk any of the weaponry. We saw a four-spy war at the beginning of the last map, which went backwards and forwards for 6 rounds before eventually Heroic came out on top.
Yeah, that was a frustrating couple of rounds you could see for both those teams. I mean, what, FNATIC won like 2 of the 3 rounds with just CZs.
Tag is going to come in, so at least doing a little bit of damage, but they're going to build into this B site once again. Late smoke coming down from Cadian will reduce the clock at least a little bit. Flusher trying to actually fight through it, and they're going to get aggressive through the smoke. Actually, there's a TK in the mix. And it's happening again, Jason. Golden, the only one left versus 5. 30 seconds to play with. AK going to be retrieved and just tries to retreat back. You've got a good idea as where Golden is going to be, and you almost wonder if it might just be worth saving his gun. He's actually going to opt to throw one of them out of the map. I like the idea. Get rid of the SG. That's the worst weapon to go over to the other side. And well, we're going to see the scoreline equalize, but they still retrieve 2 AKs. Either way, a strong start. A MAC-10 even picked up as well, and I wouldn't be surprised to see FNATIC go in with a buy of their own just because their money is as bad as it gets. 1,500, the maximum, and then just the loss bonus on the remainder of the players.
It's going to be frustrating now for FNATIC. I don't want to say they can't win this next round. I mean, they do have the CZ. We already saw, again, what it can do on Vertigo, but that was on the CT side. Also looking for an avenue to open things up. They would love to take away these AKs. I think S-Tag and Kane just actually swap things over. And have they taken their time here again? Like, loser of this map is out. Season 10 of the ESL Pro League. You won't be back tomorrow. You won't be participating for a chance to increase your earnings. Maybe get one step closer to getting a position into Extreme Masters Katowice 2020. I think we're Astralis and FNATIC are the only teams qualified at the moment. I think there's even qualifiers for it, if I'm not mistaken. I was hoping you would know.
Yeah, I think there will be some.
Are we going to cast those together?
Who knows? Cadian?
I don't think he knows. Oh, sorry.
Watching for the push to be coming in, and the pistol's only available on the T side. S-Tag, the smoke goes down. He's going to play on the edge of it. Sprays wild and has to be careful not to get overwhelmed. Flusher just going to try and hold on the other side, and the bomb is going to be planted as a minimum for FNATIC. They're still not getting a massive amount of money, but it's something. At least a golden picking off another. They've got to be careful. Flusher actually gets one while waiting on the other side of the smoke, but quickly and cleanly 2 more kills come in. Crims need to work some miracles here. Does manage a first kill, but I think that should be all she wrote. The trade should be coming in thick and fast. Needs an impressive 1 league here, and it isn't going to be happening. Cadian will get that defusal, though it is going to take him a little bit longer than he'd probably like. And in the meantime, we're just seeing some weaponry being searched for by S-Tag. Even still, that is ridiculously close. And in reality, like FNATIC, although they can't get a full buy, they could juggle some weapons around and try and break the economy. They did so much with so little, I wouldn't even really be against it.
Okay, and goes straight up for the AWP. S-Tag's gonna have an AK on the ground to pick up. And it looks like they will go for the force here, so a little bit of an interesting play for FNATIC, though it could work out in their favor if they can just get these kills. The Molotovs being used early prevents them from getting out in towards middle off the bat. And even to have Flusha kind of like lurking over towards short, like at least towards monster side at the moment. So hoping to get something going with the Galil and even have the SG for Brolin. Really hoping that he's the one to open things up as well to kind of snowball this round in their favor, though it's going to still be tough. There's still so much utility left for the side of Heroic. And all FNATIC have to execute on towards the side is just the 1 flashbang and the 2 smokes.
This time as well, there's been quite an upgrade on weaponry for Cadian. AWP in play. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet today. Still a lot more to show, that's for sure. Smoke's going to be going down. It is S-Tag to start things off, and still lurking around. Snappy with a little bit of aggression. It's actually Stown taking the majority of the damage, but ultimately clean things up quite nicely. Not a single player lost with a fair amount of money invested. And what's peculiar there is that the loss bonus is still not going to be enough to actually get them a buy onto the board here. So FNATIC now just going to have to take that hit. Not really getting anywhere near enough done in the previous round.
I will say, though, I think Heroic is going to be a nice little morale boost for them, getting these 4 rounds straight. I mean, just winning the 2nd round after losing Pistol in the fashion they did, then to follow up with 4 straight. I mean, Vertigo should have been their map, right? Like, they had clearly a better win rate on it. They played it more. They've obviously struggled on it today. It feels like at some points they had that game almost locked up. I should start to feel more, I guess, comfortable as this match continues to go. Looks like FNATIC are just going to bombard this side here with the flashbang. That incendiary grenade that Stown's holding, though, might be enough to hold them back. Flashbang thrown in. Molotov comes out as well. And Borum's head cleanly taken off.
And they know that Stown's in the corner as well. This is going quite well now for FNATIC, with only 2 players actually standing, and one of them holding an AWP. I don't even know where they're fighting this. This is just giving more weapons over to the Swedes, and that execution was far too successful considering what they'd actually invested into this round. This was mainly them just saving money for the next. Sure, they had a few pistols in there as well, but a bit of a worry for Heroic fairly on in this half. They've got the money to repurchase, so the Danes are not in an overwhelming amount of trouble, but yeah, great work from the Swedes, and clearly already exploiting some serious vulnerabilities within that Heroic defense. If they're able to do so much with so little, they'll get a big bolster to their economy. And Golden and Flusher will even get a couple of free weapons.
I forget, they had 1 flashbang, and did they have 1 smoke as well?
I think so.
I think they smoked up Toxic, and then flashed through the initial push into Monster. Or through Monster. And they're able to be like that successful. I mean, obviously with Borup going down, they already had a man disadvantage. Stown gets dropped while his teammate towards the water was blinded up, so he didn't have the opportunity to be saved. Just like a pretty solid, simple execute out of FNATIC. That wasn't even like really an execute, just a little bit of luck going their way. A little bit of aim as well, obviously. But it seems like they might just want to stick to their guns here, keep hitting this B site. They still have to contend with the op out of Cadian. The rifle's brought up for the rest of Heroic. But utility definitely in favor of the Swedes.
Leon at least we're still seeing a relatively heavy stack. Through the wood this time, a little bit different. Cadian, he's jumped over to the side, but he's been caught out. Down to just 35. These early duels training damage back and forward, and actually it's Flusher through the smoke. That's never been said before.
He's just lifting his mouse.
S-Tag, this is an important duel. He knows that JW's there as well, so if he does lose it, I'll be quite surprised, and well, that's at least going to take that advantage away, but he's now the sole defender. They're going to start really putting the pressure on. Decent in the last map, needs to do even more, and well, 2 kills is a good attempt, at least bought some time for the rotation. But FNATIC is still going to get in here, and Brolin gets another entry. I mean, that might be the final one, but actually, Snappy trades that back so quickly, he's given himself a chance. Unfortunately, no real utility to work with in this situation, so he has to just try and bait them out with what he's got. It doesn't even seem like there's any grenades for him to pick up, and with Flusher just playing so close around the corner, I don't really see a way that he gets away with anything here. So just going to opt to run away, take his gun into the next round. He'll be able to drop when S-Tag can buy. They could go for a bit of a more risky force. I don't know why he's still got his knife out here.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think he got past the point where that little bit of extra speed was worth having the knife out for, especially when there could easily be players waiting around that position. So gun dropped, it's going to mean that their buy for the next round is going to be a bit more dicey. In fact, they're going to actually buy up a Mag 7 for S-Tag. He doesn't even have enough to buy Kevlar behind it. This buy looks like it's going to suck. I'm not really sure why they're investing so much into it.
I wonder if that was a misbuy out of S-Tag. Because like the timeout came in after he bought.
Well, no, he bought the AWP. He was bought the Mag 7 by Cadian. So maybe, but I don't know. That seems unlikely. I think the AWP was definitely intentional. It's whether or not they're actually going for a full investment here. That's the question I'm asking, because Stout and Borup don't really have enough to buy. But if that's the case, then why would Snappy buy all the way down to 0? And yeah, as said, S-Tac's kind of understandable, but now Cadian's bought all the way down as well. So I assume this is going to be pretty much everything invested in. Yeah, they are going to go for it. T-side, they've already built up a little bit of bank, at least onto Flusher, but these last few rounds have still been relatively close. So it's understandable that they want to keep the pressure on. Although, as we've sort of seen already, there's been moments in these games where Heroic definitely could have just taken an eco and come back in with a better buy, and that is a nice nade to start.
Perfect nade. 51 damage to Cadian. 24 to Borup. Really good read out of FNATIC so far. S-Tag though. It's quite the person to kill off with the Mag 7 if he's able to do it. He's actually burning down to 38 HP though. But does have Cadian to support and to back him up and get the kill into JW. So they get the early man advantage, though again, like I said before, weapon's not going to favor them, and they actually might barrel in towards the safe side. It's just going to be one man to defend Snappy with the M4. Just quickly come in towards CT, and Cadian, he took all of his damage from grenades in this round, unfortunately.
Snappy's done a good job, at least, of holding onto the side for now. It seems like the T's might even be scared off of a push. How quick is the response going to be? Actually, very quick. Snappy does go down eventually. Does this change the mind of the T's? It doesn't. Not at all. They're going to go pushing into the upper Barup. Back they go again. Running right around. They're doing an around the world at the moment. The problem is Brolin could be challenged while they make their rotation. He now knows that there is a player around the bank, and they don't have any utility anymore, so it is just going to have to come down to pure angels. The CTs have been able to throw at least a smoke in to get them that little bit closer. Dinged up is Brolin, but he still wins the battle. And the remaining 2 players tagged within inches of their life, they are just going to have to save their weaponry once again. So a 4th round already on the T side for FNATIC. A little bit of weaponry saved for Heroic, but they're going to need a hero in the next round. I don't think they can force around this again. Although the loss bonus is starting to build up behind them, I just don't think it's worth it. And we'll see how they feel on the matter. Of course, I'll be interested to see how much money S-Tag and Barup actually have, because if they have enough to drop a rifle, they could take a risk here, but it's getting to the point where if you continuously take these risks, you're just going to put yourself out of the map. And at this point, it's not about like, oh, can we crush the economy of FNATIC? Because no, you can't. Flusher has $8,800. He alone can drop a couple of weapons for his team. Brolin is just under 6K, so they are going to go for it. They're going to risk it again. It's not the worst buy in the world, but I feel like if Heroic continue to lose these rounds, they're sort of putting one foot in the grave on their own.
Reminds me a little bit of like the force buys on Vertigo. But at least you were playing for a good goal, like you said. If you win the second round, then you're going to win a third because they're going to have to save here. If you win this round, it doesn't really change anything for you. Well, let's see. They have a lot of utility on Stown left, however. As tagged the sole defender towards A, and Snappy's been dropped down to 13 HP, which is his Deagle. Trying to look for a spray down. You can see now he's just kind of figuring out what he can do. Stown as well dropped to 6 health. And unfortunately for Heroic, they just are taking damage left and right. They've not done a single point of damage, though, to their opponents. Okay, and this is his chance. He needs to get this kill. Golden will be tagged up, but he'll back away and survive. Boer try to hold on towards short. And, well, FNATIC are just like, all right, we're out. Peace. You stacked B, we're going to head towards A.
Yeah, that's one thing that I always respect in a team, is when they're more than willing to just give up on like a push that isn't working and fall back and try and reposition. S-Tag, he's in a great spot though. This should be a free kill, at least one, but good trade coming out from Brolin. T's making their way forward, but at the same time, there's still going to be presence on this site. Utility fairly minimal now for the CT side, so they're just going to have to battle out with the weaponry. Good kill from Crims. Cadian needs to go big here. He spots the gun around the corner. The smoke actually goes down, tries for the no-scope, but can't find anything and just gets domed instantly. Brought from behind, can only get one. And again, it's force buy after force buy for Heroic. It's close round after close round. But in these clutch situations, FNATIC come out on top every single time. And this is something that has been referenced about this Swedish side time and time again. They're so good in these clutch situations. They're so good when they're under pressure. They brought in a young player in the form of Brolin. Obviously, he's not the latest addition, not even close, but who also fits that mantra. He seems to also be so level-headed in a lot of these plays. Currently sitting 8 and 5, and oh, I like the nades. Good start at least. But it's JW to take the brunt of the play. CT side already doing quite a lot of damage considering their purchase. Brolin is still doing the work just to keep things relatively safe.
Meantime, Snap is like, why didn't they rush B? And to be fair, the presence Heroic had, it's a very big possibility they could have done this, and they actually might be able to sneak in from behind, but he's got to line up these shots. Well, not line them up directly, but needs to get these 2 kills quickly. Smoke goes in. They should have this first kill. I'm going down now, and he rescues the AK. He has no armor, though, so he needs to not get tagged up. And Brolin quickly just going to rotate back up towards Heaven. Snappy's not going to expect this, is he?
Brolin is so enjoyable to watch. Like, genuinely one of my favorite players to watch. Just the way that he thinks, the way that he plays these rounds. It's just so intelligent. Can he actually get this? Surely he can't. He is going to be able to tap it, and there the Molotov spreads. It does quite just about go far enough. Like, for someone so young, he just seems to be so smart in all of these situations. Even hits the shot at the end, but he made sure that the round was already over by the time he goes for the peak. Like, everything in this round from Brolin was smart. It's a shame that the round went down like this for FNATIC. Like, the fact that so much damage was done off the basis of very, very little invested. It's still a good round for Heroic, but I think this is just intelligent play. Like, use of the Molotov, the rotation in the first place to get back into Heaven. Like, this is the sort of player that you want on your team. And, well, there's a reason he's the top of the board at the moment.
The smoke he threw down as well when he went for the plant. Allowed him to get the retreat without being seen, or the rotation. Stown, though, he's like, all right, those are the youngsters on the server here. I mean, from what I can see in the minimap, people basically just single-handedly stopped pushing towards that site. Snap in a good position as well. Second time JW's died in towards connector. The legend your time out before, Brolin is still alive, and He's hungry for more kills. Just about where is he potentially going to find them?
There's still plenty of time. FNATIC have been good at baiting rotations away, forcing Heroic to thin their defense on certain sides of the map, but I don't really see a way that they get back into this round. There's still so much utility. No damage done yet to the CT side. As you can see, they're going to start laying down the smokes. They've still got Incendiary, a couple of HEs, some flashbangs, and another smoke onto Cadian as well. I feel like they'd have to make a pretty big mistake, or FNATIC would have to do something fairly impressive, and it's even getting to the point in this round where I even wonder if FNATIC are going for this. Like, 25 seconds left. They're going to go for that boost up. Nothing really gained, clearing the barrels, but where does it get to the point where you just opt to save your weapons? I guess they're not going to. They're going to go running in. Stown, another kill with that AWP. He's been doing very well in this round. At least Steven gets his third, and well, Golden, there's nothing you're going to be able to do here. A flawless round out of basically nowhere for Heroic. That is not something I expected to see, considering how the last few rounds have gone. They've been very scrappy, but every time FNATIC has come out on top, the amount of damage in that round definitely dwindled the economy of FNATIC with those pistols, but they're still going to have a buy.